Hello and welcome back again. We have another installation video today for another Frutto Technology product. If you saw my last video when we installed the 28 segment bar graph, you saw that I took out the big huge piece of plastic down from inside the wand that covers the vent light at the top. And I said then that one of the reasons I do that, apart from authenticity, is that the vent light looks much better shining through the gap. And today we're going to be fitting a replacement for that vent light. This should be a fairly quick procedure to do, so I'm hoping for a short video today. I think the only difference to point out is that I'll be installing it alongside the other two Frutto Technology boards that I have installed, the segment bar graph and the Keep Alive. But I will show you the one difference if you were to install this to the stock Haslab PCB without either of these other boards being fitted. It's very straightforward, but it will require a single piece of soldering, just as a heads up. Let's have a quick peek at the kit itself. Just move this wand out the way. By the way, if you want to see how to open up the wand to get access to that, you can see that in one of my previous videos, link in the description. It's quite a simple piece of kit. We've got the lights themselves, the vent light and the top light. They're two really high powerful LEDs. That's that little board there. It comes with 4 sets of wires. Now these three here, 3 of these I should say, are only used if you have the GP Star control board for the wand. Otherwise we'll be using the wires that are already connected to the vent light and the wand. The extra one we will be using is a ground wire. So we'll put that to one side, bring our wand back in, and let's make a start getting this installed. The current existing vent light, little board and LEDs sat right down the bottom there, held in by a single screw. Now if you've installed none of this stuff that I have, you'll be able to see that really easily and just take it out. I've got 10 ton of wires and 2 extra boards all piled in here, so I'm going to have to carefully either move these out or make myself a little bit of room to unscrew that and take that out. I would like to avoid unpacking all of this, as it took me some time to get it all just how I like it. But I'm going to see how I get on. Okay, well, having had a quick look off camera, I am going to have to pull this board out to give myself a bit of access. I'm going to do that again off camera and then we'll come back. Okay, now hopefully you can see it when I move this out of the way. I don't want to move this too much, then it makes my life a bit easier when I put it back together. But just down there is the existing vent light and top light board that we're going to take out. It's just a single screw there and that whole thing will just lift out. I'm going to do that now. There we go. Got her out. It was quite easy. That's our little board, and this is the one we're going to replace. There are 3 wires that feed it, and if you look on the back, they are also labelled and colour coded. And all we're going to be doing is taking a cut across these wires to remove them, and then we're going to strip the ends and pop them into the adjacent gates or the relevant gates that belong to them. If you look under the board, they are labelled. There is the ground, which we're going to be fitting the top cable for vent and the V+. That's what we're going to wire in. First of all, just going to cut these wires off and get those ends exposed in preparation. Okay, I've stripped those wires. Let's have a quick close look. Much like before, just be careful. They are really thin, easy to chop the ends off. I've got my wires exposed. If we look at our board, you see there's some gates here for the wires to go in. If we have it facing this direction with this set of terminals right at the end facing towards us, the one on the far left is the ground, so we'll deal with that in a moment. And then there are 3 here, and the order is black, then white, then red. So I'm going to screw those in and we'll move on to the ground. Okay, that's those 3 wires in, black, white, and black, white and red in that order. This one on the far left, as mentioned, is the ground wire. I'm going to put that wire in now as well. It's also going to be black just for ease, because black tends to be for ground. So there will be two, but at least we know what they are. They're labelled underneath. Right, that's my ground wire put into the terminal and ready to go. So a quick point on this. If you do not have either of these Frutto boards at all, and you just have the stock electronics from the HasLab wand, you will need to solder the other end of this ground wire to the main PCB. Now it's a bit hard to see because of all the other stuff I've got in here. So let's see if zooming right in might help. Right in this top left corner, as the board is in at the moment, are we here? You can probably just see the words GND, and there's a black wire already soldered into that. What you would need to do is unscrew that PCB. There's 4 screws, 1 in each corner. Flip it around carefully and then solder the other end of that wire to the underneath where that ground is. Because I've got these boards already fitted, they already utilize grounding, so I'm going to piggyback off the Keep Alive board, which is this one here, and put this into the ground gate that already exists on here, so I don't have to solder to the main board. That's what I'm going to do, and then we can test how this light looks. Okay, that's done. So I've put this ground wire from the new vent light board, and I've put it into my Keep Alive where there's already a ground wire. So that's achieving the job for me. Like I say, if you don't have any of this, you need to solder it to the main PCB. So let's give this a test. I'll try not to dazzle the camera. It's supposed to be quite bright. Let's just have a quick look at what this is like. There we go. Much, 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 much brighter. We've got the top light and the vent light there. Excellent. So I'm going to screw that back down, put my bits back together there, and we'll flip it over and have a look what it looks like from the top. Right, popped everything back in and flip the wand over. Let's have a little zoom out. Let's have a look at what this looks like from the top. That is so much brighter. Let's have a turn this light off, see what it looks like a bit more. Fantastic. Great. Nice, quick, simple mod there from Frutto Technology, and a vast improvement on the stock one from HasLab. So, just a reminder, if you did want to see previous installations I've done with some of their replacement electronics, and including how to open the wand and close it all back up, do take a look at my previous videos. I'll put links for those in the description. Thanks again for watching. More to come. Thank you. Take care. Oh, very nearly forgot to say, next up, or at least 1 or 2 videos in the future, I'm going to be destroying the end of this wand. I'm going to be getting rid of that and fitting it with a completely different one. I'm also going to be putting a proper momentary switch in there and a new hat light with an LED. I'll talk through and do that. A bit more DIY, but hopefully something that we'll all find useful. Thanks again. Bye.